I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each.
Listen carefully, because what is flooding timelines right now feels less like ordinary gossip and more like a headline that refuses to be ignored. Reports are spreading fast, pulling familiar names into the center of a storm that keeps getting louder by the minute. Fans are shocked as claims begin to circulate that suggest a DNA test has entered the conversation, flipping an already tense narrative into something far more explosive. Nothing has been officially confirmed, yet the reaction has been immediate, emotional, and deeply divided. According to these reports, Tasha K is being mentioned as the source of a stunning allegation, one that has instantly reignited debates. People thought we're finally cooling down. Whispers online suggest that proof.
I'm doing a story on her being in Hawaii with Papoose, right? And Papoose's side chick allegedly popped up and said, I'm in Hawaii sitting pretty too. Now, Remy Ma has already spilled the wine on Claressa not being the only one and how desperate she's been over
has been discussed. Screenshots are being referenced, and unnamed sources are being quoted, all without a single clear statement from the people involved. The silence has only made the chatter stronger. Timelines are packed with theories, defenders, critics, and confused observers all talking at once, each convinced they see the truth more clearly than the last.
I want to have 2 more fights this year. Then after that, take off a little bit of time, maybe have a kid or something, and then come back and fight some more.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to have time for the other kids, but it does mean that I have a new baby and I have to focus and give that baby my undivided.
It's the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that they can come up with shit.
My best friend, I talk to him about everything, you know, and when like the time is right, you know, people want details of.
Last person. What makes this moment feel so intense is the personal weight attached to the claim. Pregnancy, DNA tests, and questions of responsibility are not light topics, especially when relationships and past conflicts are already under a microscope. Emotions ran high almost instantly, as some fans rushed to support, others pushed back hard, and many simply asked how such a private matter could suddenly become public discussion. Every old interview, every past disagreement, and every subtle social media move is now being replayed as if it holds its hidden meaning. The family was left divided in the court of public perception, not because facts have been laid out clearly, but because speculation has rushed in to fill the gaps. Some believe these reports are calculated, others think they are reckless, and many feel overwhelmed by how quickly the narrative has escalated. This is not about proving what is true. This is about understanding why these reports have struck such a nerve, and why one alleged claim has been enough to set the internet on fire. Right now, everyone is watching, waiting to see who speaks first and whether this story takes yet another unexpected turn. The moment these reports began circulating, the atmosphere around the situation shifted almost instantly. What had once been quiet speculation turned into non-stop discussion, with people refreshing their feeds as if answers might suddenly appear. According to online chatter, the allegation did not arrive gently. It dropped like a weight, pulling every past detail back into focus. Fans are shocked not only by what is being claimed, but by how quickly it spread without any official confirmation. Some say it felt coordinated, others believe it was reckless. But almost everyone agrees that the timing alone made it impossible to ignore voices across social media started reacting within minutes. Supporters of Claressa questioned why such a private matter would be dragged into public conversation at all. Critics argued that once a public figure is involved, nothing stays private for long. In comment sections, people went back and forth, dissecting old interviews and screenshots, trying to connect dots that may or may not exist. Emotions ran high as people debated whether the reports were crossing a line or simply reflecting what was already being whispered behind closed doors. At the center of these reports is the name Tasha K, mentioned repeatedly as someone amplifying the claim rather than presenting it as confirmed truth. According to the narrative spreading online, she allegedly referenced conversations, unnamed sources, and supposed documentation, though nothing concrete has been made public. That uncertainty is what fueled the chaos. One fan wrote that it felt like watching a storm form without knowing where it would land. Another argued that even repeating such claims causes damage regardless of whether they are proven later. Papoose, whose name is now tied tightly to the conversation, became a focal point of speculation as well. Silence from his side only intensified the reaction. Some interpreted the lack of response as strategic, while others saw it as avoidance. People began analyzing his past statements, replaying moments where he spoke about loyalty, family, and privacy. Suddenly, those old words were being measured against the new reports, even though no direct link had been confirmed. Supporters insisted that silence does not equal guilt. While critics claimed that clarity was owed to the public, the ripple effect did not stop there. Remy Ma was pulled into the discussion almost immediately, whether she addressed it or not. Fans debated her position, her feelings, and her possible reactions as if they were unfolding in real time. Some expressed sympathy, saying no one deserves to be caught in the middle of rumors like this. Others speculated that she may already know more than the public ever will. The family was left divided in the court of public perception, not because facts were laid out clearly, but because assumptions filled the gaps. Behind all of this noise, there is a quieter tension that many people pointed out. Pregnancy and DNA testing are deeply personal topics, and seeing them discussed as entertainment made some viewers uncomfortable. A few fans openly questioned whether the conversation had gone too far, reminding others that real people are attached to these names. Still, the debate continued, fueled by curiosity and the human tendency to seek resolution. Even when none is available, dialogue imagined by fans began circulating too, with people writing what they thought private conversations might sound like. One viral post imagined Claressa saying she was tired of her name being used for clicks. Another imagined Papoose pushing back against the reports, insisting that truth does not need loud promotion. None of it was real, yet it showed how deeply invested people had become. The story was no longer just about the claim itself, but about control, narrative, and who gets to speak first. As hours passed, the speculation only grew more layered. Some fans suggested that the reports were a distraction from other issues. Others believed they were a response to unresolved tensions that never truly disappeared. The lack of official statements kept the door open for every theory imaginable. Emotions ran high again as people accused each other of bias, blind loyalty, or deliberate ignorance. Friendships in comment sections even fractured over opposing views, showing how powerful a rumor can be when it touches personal values. What stands out most is how quickly the narrative became larger than the original claim. It turned into a conversation about credibility, media responsibility, and the cost of public life. Fans are shocked not just by what is being alleged, but by how familiar this pattern feels. A claim appears, reactions explode, and truth becomes secondary to engagement. Through it all, the people involved remain mostly silent, leaving the public to argue with itself. By the end of the day, nothing concrete had changed. No proof had been released, no confirmations were made, and no denials were issued. Yet the emotional impact was already real. Supporters felt defensive, critics felt validated, and neutral observers felt overwhelmed. The story continued to live online, growing and reshaping its.
Your best friend. I think you need to send the cease and desist away from me. And you know what? I will forward the cease and desist from my lawyer to your best friend's lawyer, because she out here spilling all your wine. Go, Jasmine, go! Viewer discretion is advised. You will be triggered by this. Let's go.
Oh, you got deceived by your coach. You kept having sex with him underage. You knew it was wrong. You knew it was some type of sickness with that. You think it's a joke. You keep getting pregnant back to back to back, having abortions back to back to back. You fought pregnant a couple of times. I was like,
reshaping itself with every new comment. It became clear that whether the reports fade or escalate, the conversation...
What? Whoa. Slide back, bro. Whoa. She fought pregnant?
Yeah, Hannah Gabriel. Yeah.
They sparked has already left a mark, reminding everyone how quickly rumors can rewrite a narrative before facts ever catch up. As the discussion rolled into the next phase, the tone online began to harden. What started as surprise slowly shifted into suspicion, and suspicion turned into full-blown debate. Fans who had been quietly watching suddenly felt compelled to choose sides. Some argued that repeating the allegation, even as commentary, was irresponsible. Others insisted that discussing reports was fair game, as long as no one claimed certainty. This split only deepened the sense that the situation was spiraling beyond anyone's control. Screenshots started circulating that were said to show past interactions between the people involved. None of them proved anything, yet each image was treated like a puzzle piece. Fans zoomed in on captions, timestamps, and facial expressions, building entire theories around moments that once seemed harmless. Emotions ran high as people accused one another of reaching too far or ignoring obvious signs. Every small detail was magnified, and context often got lost in the rush to be first or loudest. Tasha K's name continued to trend, not because she had presented proof, but because her commentary added fuel to an already blazing fire. According to online reactions, some viewers felt she was simply repeating what sources claimed, while others accused her of intentionally stirring chaos. One comment read that she thrives on controversy and knows exactly how to keep attention locked in. Another defended her by saying that discussing rumors does not mean endorsing them. This back and forth became almost as intense as the original claim itself. Meanwhile, Claressa's supporters grew more vocal. Many expressed frustration, saying her achievements were being overshadowed by gossip that had nothing to do with her. Career posts flooded timelines, reminding people of her discipline, focus, and resilience. Some fans imagined how exhausting it must feel to wake up and see your personal life debated by strangers. Others questioned why women in the public eye are so often reduced to rumors when silence might simply be a form of self-protection. Papoose's silence remained a central talking point. Fans replayed old clips where he spoke about respect and boundaries, wondering if those words applied now more than ever. Some felt his quiet approach showed maturity, a refusal to engage with speculation. Others believed that staying silent allowed rumors to grow unchecked. One viral post imagined a tense private conversation with someone urging him to speak up and him responding that truth does not need defending. Again, it was pure imagination, but it resonated deeply with viewers. Remy Ma's presence lingered like an unspoken question. Even without statements, people debated her perspective as if it were unfolding publicly. Fans speculated about her strength, her patience, and her limits. Some expressed empathy, saying no one deserves to be caught in the crossfire of someone else's rumor cycle. Others unfairly tried to read meaning into her past lyrics or interviews, stretching words to fit the current narrative. The family was left divided in the minds of viewers who projected their own experiences onto the situation. As the hours turned into days, the emotional weight of the discussion began to show. Comment sections grew harsher, with accusations flying freely. People who once followed these figures for inspiration now argued aggressively with strangers. Friendships online fractured, blocked lists grew longer, and timelines became echo chambers. Fans are shocked, not just by the claim, but by How quickly empathy disappeared when drama took center stage. Some voices attempted to slow things down. A few creators posted reminders that reports are not facts and that speculation can cause real harm. They urged people to wait, to breathe, and to remember that silence does not automatically mean guilt. These posts were shared, but often drowned out by louder, more sensational takes. The algorithm seemed to favor outrage over caution, pushing the most dramatic interpretations to the top. Behind the scenes, many wondered how the people involved were coping. Imagination filled the gaps again, painting pictures of tense phone calls, sleepless nights, and difficult conversations with family members. One widely shared comment imagined Claressa asking why her name could not be left alone, while another imagined Papoose insisting that personal matters should stay private. None of it was verified. Yet it highlighted how deeply viewers wanted emotional resolution. The conversation also sparked a broader debate about media responsibility. Some argued that platforms and commentators should draw a clearer line when discussing sensitive topics like pregnancy and DNA testing. Others countered that public interest inevitably blurs those lines. This clash of values added another layer to the drama, turning a single claim into a symbol of a much larger issue about privacy in the digital age. By the end of this phase, the story had taken on a life of its own. It was no longer just about what was being alleged, but about who controls the narrative and how quickly it can slip away. Emotions ran high across every corner of social media, and the tension felt unresolved. Even without new information, the discussion kept evolving, driven by reaction rather than reality, and leaving everyone wondering how much louder it could get before someone finally spoke as the chatter pushed forward. The atmosphere grew heavier, almost uncomfortable. People were no longer just reacting to reports, they were reacting to each other. Every opinion felt personal. Every disagreement felt like a challenge. Fans are shocked by how quickly admiration turned into confrontation. Some longtime supporters admitted they were stepping back because the noise was becoming overwhelming. Others leaned in even deeper, convinced that staying engaged meant defending someone they felt connected to. New angles began to circulate, not as evidence, but as interpretations. A few commentators suggested that the mention of a DNA test, even as an allegation, was designed to provoke maximum reaction. They argued that those words alone trigger strong emotions because they imply finality and truth. Emotions ran high as people debated whether such language should ever be used without confirmation. One side insisted that repeating reports is part of commentary culture. The other side felt that certain topics cross an invisible line. Claressa's name continued to dominate conversations, and many noticed how the focus shifted from the claim itself to her response, or lack of one. Fans speculated endlessly about what silence means. Some said it reflects confidence, a refusal to dignify rumors with attention. Others believed it shows exhaustion, a person choosing peace over chaos. A viral post imagined her sitting with close friends, weighing every possible reaction and realizing that any response could be twisted. Again, it was imagination. But it struck a nerve. Papoose was increasingly framed as a central emotional figure in the discussion. People debated his character based on past public moments, building a narrative that suited their assumptions. Some described him as calm and grounded, someone who would handle private matters away from cameras. Others painted him as cornered by circumstance, forced to watch his name trend alongside speculation he never asked for. The family was left divided in the minds of viewers who projected their own relationships onto his silence. Remy Ma's presence, or perceived absence, sparked another wave of debate. Some fans expressed concern, saying that even being adjacent to such rumors can be emotionally draining. Others unfairly questioned her strength or patience, turning her into a character in a story she never told. A few voices pushed back hard, reminding people that assumptions about her feelings were invasive and disrespectful. These reminders briefly slowed the tone, but the calm never lasted long. Tasha K's role continued to be dissected from every angle. Supporters claimed she was simply repeating what was being whispered in certain circles, not stating it as fact. Critics accused her of knowing exactly how explosive such claims would be. Screenshots of her past commentary resurfaced, with people arguing about patterns and intent. Fans are shocked by how a single voice can amplify speculation into a headline. Without ever saying something is confirmed, the emotional temperature rose further. When fans began arguing about credibility, some questioned why certain figures are believed more quickly than others. Others argued that reputation, fair or not, plays a huge role in how claims are received. This debate turned philosophical, touching on trust, bias, and the power of platforms. Emotions ran high as people accused one another of hypocrisy, pointing out past situations where rumors were dismissed or embraced based on personal preference. Amid the noise, few quieter stories emerged. Some fans shared personal experiences of being judged by rumors, explaining how damaging speculation can be, even when it is false. These stories brought a brief moment of empathy to timelines otherwise filled with sarcasm and anger. People paused, even if only briefly, to consider the human cost of viral drama. Still, the momentum of the narrative kept pushing forward. Content creators jumped into the discussion, each adding their own dramatic flair. Reaction videos multiplied, thumbnails grew bolder, and titles hinted at revelations that never quite arrived. Viewers clicked anyway, hungry for clarity or confirmation. The algorithm rewarded intensity, and the cycle fed itself. Fans are shocked by how quickly commentary transformed into entertainment. Blurring the line between discussion and spectacle, private conversations became public guesses. People imagined tense exchanges behind closed doors, late-night phone calls, and moments of frustration. One popular comment imagined Papoose insisting that truth does not need noise, while another imagined Claressa expressing anger at being reduced to gossip. None of these moments were real, yet they shaped how audiences felt, making the story emotionally vivid despite its uncertain foundation. As this phase unfolded, the biggest shift was subtle but powerful. The question was no longer just about the allegation itself, but about control. Who gets to speak? Who is forced to stay silent, and who benefits from the chaos? The family was left divided not by confirmed events, but by interpretation and projection. With every passing hour, the narrative felt heavier, more complicated, and harder to untangle, setting the stage for emotions that were far from settled as the discussion reached its most intense phase. Fatigue began to show across the audience. People were no longer just curious, they were emotionally invested. Timelines reflected a mix of frustration, loyalty, and disbelief. Fans are shocked not only by the allegation being discussed, but by how deeply it seeped into everyday conversations. Group chats that once shared jokes were now debating morality, credibility, and boundaries. The story had moved beyond entertainment and into something heavier. Some voices tried to slow the momentum by reminding others that these were still reports and claims, not confirmations. They urged patience, asking why certainty was being demanded from silence. Emotions ran high as these reminders were often drowned out by louder takes that thrived on urgency. The pressure for a response became relentless, as if the absence of statements was an invitation for speculation to grow louder. Behind the scenes, people imagined private moments filled with tension. Imagine scenes of close friends offering advice circulated widely, with some picturing Claressa being told to protect her peace at all costs. Others imagined Papoose choosing to disengage, believing that truth does not require public defense. Again, none of this was known. Yet these imagined scenarios shaped how viewers interpreted every second of silence. Family dynamics became a central talking point. Fans debated how loved ones might be reacting, projecting concern, anger, or disappointment based on their own experiences. The family was left divided in the public imagination, split between those who believed loyalty meant silence and those who felt silence looked like avoidance. This division created new arguments, not about the original claim, but about how public figures should behave when rumors swirl. The idea of a DNA test continued to echo, even as commentators stressed it was only an allegation. That phrase alone carried weight, symbolizing certainty in a sea of uncertainty. Some argued that introducing such language was irresponsible, while others insisted it was inevitable in a culture driven by clicks. Fans are shocked by how easily powerful words can reshape perception without proof. Tasha K remained a lightning rod in the conversation. Every past controversy linked to her resurfaced, with supporters and critics clashing over intent. Some defended her right to speak freely, framing her as a messenger rather than a creator of drama. Others argued that repetition gives rumors power, regardless of disclaimers. Emotions ran high as these debates became personal, with people accusing each other of selective outrage as hours turned into days. The narrative began to feel stretched thin, yet it refused to disappear. New commentary videos recycled the same points, adding dramatic pauses and speculative questions. Viewers noticed the lack of new information but kept watching anyway. Fans are shocked by their own behavior, admitting they felt drawn in even while questioning why. A few respected voices attempted to reframe the conversation. They spoke about responsibility in media, urging audiences to separate curiosity from harm. They reminded viewers that public figures are still human, navigating emotions away from screens. These messages resonated with some, creating pockets of reflection amid the chaos. Still, the broader narrative continued its relentless pace. The emotional core of the story shifted again, focusing less on the claim and more on its impact. People discussed stress, trust, and the weight of constant scrutiny. Some fans expressed sympathy for all involved, acknowledging that rumors hurt regardless of truth. Others doubled down, arguing that public life comes with public judgment. The family was left divided not only in perception, but in how people defined fairness. Eventually, a strange calm began to settle, not because questions were answered, but because exhaustion set in. The shock dulled, replaced by a quieter unease. Fans are shocked by how quickly outrage can burn and then fade, leaving unresolved feelings behind. The reports remained unconfirmed, yet their imprint lingered, shaping opinions that might last longer than the headlines. In the end, what stood out most was not a revelation, but a reflection of modern attention. How rumors grow, how silence speaks louder than words, and how audiences become part of the story. Emotions ran high, lines were drawn, and perspectives hardened, all without clarity. As the noise slowly softened, one thing became clear in the minds of many viewers. Even unproven claims can change narratives forever, leaving questions that may never fully disappear. Now it is your turn to be part of this conversation. You have heard the reports, felt the tension, and seen how quickly a single claim can flip an entire narrative upside down. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided in the court of public opinion, but nothing has been confirmed. That is exactly why your voice matters right now. Do these reports feel believable to you, or do you think the internet pushed speculation too far this time? Ask yourself how you would react if silence surrounded a rumor this loud. If stories like this keep you glued to the screen, make sure you support the channel by hitting the like button, because it tells the algorithm that these conversations matter. When you subscribe, you make sure you never miss the next twist, update, or unexpected turn that everyone will be talking about tomorrow. This space is built for viewers like you who want the drama, but also want to question it. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let others know where you stand. Do you think these reports were reckless, or do you believe they opened the door to questions that were already lingering? Read what other viewers are saying, reply to them, challenge them, or agree with them, because this story is still evolving in public opinion. Your perspective adds another layer to the discussion. Share this video with friends who love entertainment news and reality-style drama, because these are the stories that spark debates long after the screen goes dark. Stay tuned, stay curious, and stay engaged, because when rumors collide with fame and history, the next chapter is never far away, and you will want to be here when it unfolds.